hang plants off of. I had an old clothes rack right there that I started putting baskets on, and a friend gave me this one and I put it on. I've also around front, the clothes racks wouldn't even fit on my front porch, so I found from watching you last fall a little idea you gave me, and I bought some little ladders and I've put plants on that to go upward.
So you've basically built up, because you can't hang things, you can't drill any holes or anything here.
Afraid not, they don't like that.
Yeah. Well, it's worked really well and your plants seem to be enjoying it. And also I've noticed that container-wise you have used many different containers besides just flower pots.
Right. It gets expensive to go buying them all the time, and plus I get tired of the same old thing and wanted to find some unusual things. Like these right here, I have a friend who lives out on a farm and she had a bunch of pig troughs that she doesn't use, so she gave them to me, and they make wonderful planters.
These are great. Now, what are some things to think about when you're choosing other things besides flower pots for planters?
I guess the biggest thing is to make sure they have drainage, some kind of holes or something in the bottom so water doesn't stand in them. I left this as an example to show you guys because this one, the drainage down on bottom got plugged up, and the plants have been dying. They just drowned. They got too much water.
That's a very good example of what not to do, right?
Exactly.
So, now, do you have a favorite kind of plant that you grow, or?
I like everything. I've got vegetables and a lot of herbs and just the annuals, and I've got perennials in the baskets and a few in the ground. I like all of them.
So you just experiment and see what you can do. Now I've noticed you've got some vegetables here, you've got your peppers, and you've got tomatoes in a really great container over here.
Yeah, last year I ran out of places to put some tomatoes, and I knew I wanted something nice and deep so they could really grow their roots, and I happened to have that laundry basket in the house, and I thought, wonder if that would work. So I lined it with a trash liner, and this is the second year and it works just great. Wonderful.
Well, that's a great idea. And also you were telling me before that it's nice to have things in containers because you can move them around.
Exactly. Sometimes in Oklahoma's heat, things, it gets so bright with the light that even though things are full sun plants, they really don't do that well in the sun. So when they're in containers, I can just take them and go sit them in the shade somewhere and let them recover for a while.
And that's a great idea. Well, Clyde, I really appreciate you showing us around and giving us some ideas for some of the apartment dwellers that might be gardeners at heart too and need to do some gardening.
I'm glad you came.
We hope you enjoyed this video. It's part of our OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. You can also find more recent videos on our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.